But here's Exxon Mobil's new commercial for Common Core. Listen to this.
45 states have joined together to ensure consistent academic standards across America. These internationally recognized benchmarks are unlocking a better way to prepare our children for college and their careers. Because when our kids do better, America does better. Let's reach higher. Let's invest in our teachers and inspire our students. Let's solve this.
Exxon Mobil. What does it have to do with selling oil? George in Philadelphia on line 11 has an idea. Hello, George.
Hey, good. Hello, Glenn.
How are you?
The answer, I believe, is what is it that the government has that Exxon Mobil would want? And that is the leases and the ability to drill for oil and gas on government land that they have not been issuing.
Yes, indeed, George. I believe that if you could follow the money on this one, that's exactly what you will find in the future. George, thanks for your phone call, because it doesn't make any sense that an oil company is spending how much money producing and running commercials for Common Core. We're just a good company. That's all. We just, once in a while, we just have to put our opinion out there because we just think this one's important. That's why we, lead paint. Lead paint's bad. We have nothing to do with, we even have something to do with lead paint because that's a petroleum product. Apples, not the computer, just apples. No, wait a minute. We are also in the pesticide commercials.
And obviously the transport of those apples.
Transport, so that would at least, trying to find something we have nothing to do with at all. Oh, I know. Educational standards. We just wanted to come out and just say, that's so important, and we have nothing to gain here at all.
Remember when we did this for No Child Left Behind? Neither do we. But damn it, we're doing it now because we forgot to do it back then.
Remember when we came out for or against gay marriage? No, we wouldn't do that. We wouldn't do that. But this is something that we believe deeply in. We've taken a minute here from our busy, let's look for energy kind of lifestyle and said, hey guys, let's just take a break here for a second and let's just noodle what would be the best for education. Now, sure, everybody around the boardroom looked at us and said, Bill, what the hell's wrong with you? We're an oil company. And I said, yes, but let's get this done. We can fix this. And then somebody...
Everybody started to cheer and applaud.
Well, George still said, Bill, and everybody else,
We're an oil company.
Why would we spend the money? Why would we do it? And then no one, definitely, positively, absolutely no one said... Well, because I got a call from somebody in Washington. And if we scratch their back, they'll scratch ours. They just need this Common Core thing jammed through, and they just need support on it, and we'll get something from them, okay? That didn't happen. What they said was, George, do you care about children? And George said, well, yeah. Do you care about the future? Well, I mean, kind of. I am an oil executive, so apparently not. I hate clean air and, all of that stuff. So, I mean, in a short run, over my lifetime, yeah, I kind of care about it. I mean, right now I'm designing a giant bubble to live in that just gives me clean oxygen and no one else. But, yeah, I do kind of care. Well, that's good. Who's going to design that bubble? Well, I've got child labor working on it right now. I am in the oil business, Right. We're going to need more child labor.
And common standards from state to state is the only way to make that happen. It's the only way, George.
It's the only way, George.
I mean, come on.
All right. So, first of all, why is this oil company coming out for Common Core? Answer, I'll bet you this is a favor to the Republicans. Get the Republicans on board, because the Republicans are already there. Many in your state that are the usual Republicans. They believe in the big business, and big business wants this. Why Exxon Mobil wants it, I think it probably has something to do closer along with what George in Philadelphia said. Could be the oil leases. I don't know. I have no idea. But it doesn't make any sense other than you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. Now, the other reason why big business loves it, Google loves it, Microsoft loves it. GE loves it. All of those companies that we all love, right? I mean, we all love GE. There's nothing wrong with GE. They're spending all kinds of money on Common Core. Why? Well, Bill Gates cares about it because it's the best thing for our country. It's just the best thing for our children. We all want educated children, right? And I know what's best. And, you know, as if I may quote the president and vice president, it's all these black helicopter people are telling you they're just going to control everything, that they're going to data mine, and they're going to control all. They're not going to control the curriculum. This is only a test. This is all it is a common core, a common standard. It's just a test. That's all it is. Don't worry about it. It's a test. You're going to be able to control everything. You'll be able to control the curriculum. It's just a test. Why the big deal? If it's why the big deal, why is Exxon Mobil spending so much money doing this? Why is GE spending so much money doing this? Why is Microsoft and Google spending so much money doing this? You're right. It's no big deal unless you listen to Bill Gates himself. Here is Bill Gates on Common Core. Don't worry, it's just a test.
In terms of standards, the state-led Common Core State Standards Initiative is developing clear, rigorous standards that will match the best in the world. Last month, 46 governors and chief state school officers made a public commitment to embrace those standards. This is encouraging, but identifying common standards is just the starting point.
Oh, what? Hold it. Hang
just
on.
The
Pay no
point.
attention to the man behind the curtain. Pay no attention. He didn't mean it's just a starting point. Well, he meant it's a starting point to all good things. Certainly not common curriculum or anything like that. Just all good things. Listen to that Exxon Mobil commercial again.
Only know if this effort has succeeded when the curriculum and tests are aligned to these standards.
Stop for just a second. We'll only know if this works when the curriculum and the tests are aligned to these standards. Now, what? That's weird, isn't it? I think there's more, though, isn't there, Pat?
Secretary Arne Duncan recently announced that $350 million of the stimulus package will be used to create just these kinds of tests.
Hold it just a second. Hold it just a second. Wait a minute. Arne Duncan.
Now, the federal government, I'm confused because the federal government had nothing to do with this.
No, it had nothing.
This was a state-by-state decision.
This is a state-run, state-focused, it's all from the state.
This was nothing to do with the federal government. What is he talking about stimulus funds for?
Arne Duncan is doing what? The federal government is doing what? They're helping the state?
I don't understand.
I don't get it. Of course, I haven't been in Common Core yet. Tomorrow I need to stupid.
Assessments aligned to the Common Core. When the tests are aligned to the common standards, the curriculum will line up as well. And it will unleash a powerful market of people providing services for better teaching. For the first time, there'll be a large uniform base of customers looking at you.
Stop just a second. Now, I didn't look at this from this point of view. Because this is so much better than data mining for, kind of a new kind of Chinese system where we can select you and you're going to be a computer programmer because we've done so much research on you. By the time you're 8, we know exactly what you're gifted at and we'll be able to control and shape you and move you in that direction. I see. It's not that. What it is so much better. This is going to create a whole new line of customers for anybody who is providing educational materials. So let's say, let's pull something out of the air. Let's say Microsoft.
Oh, that's a great idea. That's a great, perfect fit for this.
Let's try this. Yeah. Let's say it's Microsoft.
All right.
And what Microsoft is doing is they get together and let's say they say, let me think of another company right out of the air. Let's say, I need some equipment to be able to do like, fMRIs. Who would make let's say GE.
General Electric.
General Electric.
Okay,
makes
that would be
all
that'd be a
its-
perfect
Say
fit.
we get them to make some kind of, imaging systems or, monitoring. I know this is thinking way out of the box, but some sort of medical, imaging devices or something.
How are you coming up with this on the fly?
This is just hear me out. I'm just coming up with this off the fly. Okay, and then you also get somebody else that is also really looking to data mine for artificial intelligence, Google. And you get Google.
I know them. They're good at that.
Involved.
Yeah.
And then oil for no apparent reason. Anyway, so then you get those guys together, and if you can just get these state standards and this data mining system, and we can use your children as guinea pigs, we are going to have a line of customers.
Don't you mean we're going to create an environment whereby teachers will flock to the educational system in order to educate our
No, I
children?
believe I'm quoting Bill Gates where he says we will create a line of customers. See, if they could just, man, this is so much better than I thought. If they could just, as global corporations, get together and then, through the federal government, force people to accept this untested testing system.
Right.
And make sure that no one could get out of this system at all. And it was a 20-year project for each person. And you could have the federal government make sure that that's what's happening. Then those pioneers, for their $18 million investment money, could create a line of customers. Man, I've turned around on this Common Core thing.
It's really sounding good now.
I thought it was something spooky about data mining, for the government or something. No, it's just capitalism. It's just creating a line of customers.
And using the government, of course, to enforce that capitalism, which isn't at all capitalism.
No, I believe that's fascism.
Corporatism, is it?
Statism. It's one of those isms that we love so
I
much,
love
but definitely not capitalism.